Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be what your spirit guides love about you. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have pile number 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so, but for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi, group 1. So the first message I'm hearing for this group is your spirit guides love how versatile you are. I keep seeing, you can see all the, I'm seeing blues, orange, pinks, different shades of color. Now, for some of you, you may have a really vast, aura and energy field, because I'm seeing all these, it's almost like, you have like a rainbow energy, but I'm also reading this rainbow as you having, different components to your sense of self, right? To your, even in terms of talents, like you may be very versatile. I feel like for this group, you could be someone that really thinks on your feet. You're able as well, I'm hearing, to recapture the magic in anything. It's like you can see, I'm hearing like the eyes of a child. There's a sense that you can see the innocence, the beauty, the magic in things that perhaps other people would discard or wouldn't comprehend. But it's like there's so many facets of yourself, and you're such a complex soul that it's like any situation or multiple situations could draw out very different sides of you. You may have been told that you're mysterious, complex, unique. There's just something about the way you see the world that is vastly different to people around you. I do think with some of you, you are literally awakened. Can you see these eyes? You may have really beautiful piercing eyes as well, but you have eyes and sight that can see through the veil. So part of this energy for you is actually it could be like premonition, psychic ability as well. Yeah, I feel like this group, you're really advanced souls, and it's like your spirit guides love how, I want to say how authentic you are, but you may have people react very strangely to you. Like people may have you're an anomaly, right? Like God broke the mold with you, that type of energy where they may not fully know what to make about you. I'm also hearing some of you could be like a white witch, a green witch, but it's like wherever you go, magic follows. With this magician, I keep getting that energy that you create your own magic. You understand magic in the world comes from within you, right? And it's like you're also top tier when it comes to manifestations, your ability to draw in perhaps resources, start new projects. Some of that multifaceted energy I was getting at the beginning could be pertaining to your career pursuits, or you may have you at least have the potential to have many streams of income, to be very successful at something you do, something you create, manifest. You may be great when it comes as well to self-employment, side hustles, creative ideas, anything in the realm of creativity, expression, and spirituality. I feel like you'd be really talented in. With the Magician and Temperance as well, I feel like this group, you've done a lot of healing. I feel like this group, you're definitely awake, spiritually speaking. You could have spent extensive times in meditation. Some of you could be familiar with different meditation retreats. I don't know why, but I'm seeing India. Some of you could have traveled to different locations to meditate or to, experience different spiritual traditions or cultures. There's just a really beautiful energy here. Yeah, but I feel like a lot of this energy as well is coming from past lives. Like there's a lot within your soul that you can call forth. Now, at times you could feel overwhelmed when it comes to picking a particular path or even knowing yourself, because you could pull forth one facet of self, examine that, but then there's a lot of duality in your nature because you're everything, right? So there's a sense that at times it could be baffling or confusing, not just to you, but also people around you as to who specifically you are, because they may try to, box you in or put you as a particular type. and then, you know, you break the mold or you do something out of the ordinary. I also feel your spirit guides love how strong-willed you are. I feel for this group, it would be impossible to rein you in, box you in, have you conform to society and the standards around you. I feel like you're, with paradigm shift, again, breaking the mold, breaking the glass ceiling. Some of you have overcome a lot of, because I'm hearing you can see in the dark. So you may have overcome a lot of darkness. You may have healed generational patterns, curses. I don't really like the term generational curse, but, you know, generational patterns, right? Or unhealthy habits of, I'm hearing as well of codependency, relationship, even health habits. I just feel like they're making me feel like you're a force of nature, that you can do anything. Very powerful. But again, I'm hearing the reaction to your energy can really vary. Like you may have people act in extremes around you. Like they could become very attached to the energy, for example, and want to be around you all the time. Or other people could literally be a little intimidated or frightened by your energy. I feel like, it's like people are never, what would I say? That people are never kind of in that middle ground with you. It's either really intense positive or they might get quite triggered. There's something about your energy field that's very activating, but again, it's out of the norm. And that's what I was saying. Like you have a really vast aura and energy field. And part of that is, I feel, because of, you know, past incarnations, you've had a lot of experience as a soul. But I also feel like there's like an energy that you bring to the earth that's really powerful. I do think for this group, you are star seeds, and you may resonate with having felt like a black sheep, or I just keep hearing out of the box, out of the norm. Some of you are choosing lifestyles or will choose lifestyles that are incredibly unconventional, especially because I was seeing like having multiple streams of income, or you could be like a digital nomad. There's something around working in a way that's unconventional or doesn't quite conform to society's standards. You could also have relationships that are not based on, you know, certain conditional patterns of relating, like egoic consciousness. I feel for this group, when you form connections, they're directly from the soul. Like this is the type of group that would prefer to be alone unless there's a really deep spiritual bond. And I feel and I'm hearing Midas touch. You have a gift for manifesting money, but they're making me feel like it's in surprising ways, or it's in ways that people would consider unconventional. It's like, for you, I feel like this group, you could literally manifest money to just, and again, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm just manifesting huge quantities at the drop of a hat without taking any action, but you may have had some really uncanny manifestations where certain, and it doesn't have to be money, there's many forms of abundance, but where things kind of appear, like really, you may have a lot of really spiritual, synchronistic experiences that are outside the norm. Like people may think you're a witch, or people may think I just said touched by God, like you have that divine essence, right? Which we all do, but because you're awakened to it, you can actualize it more fully. Definite free spirit energy as well. I feel like your spirit guides love how free you are. I don't feel like this group really cares what other people think. Like even if, you know, if people are trying to shame you, or, oh, don't do that, or that's not right, or that's not normal, I just feel like you brush it off and just keep walking. I don't feel like this is a group that's easily swayed. And that's what makes you a powerhouse as well, because once your sights are set on something, I feel like it doesn't really matter what obstacle or person or situation tries to intervene. I feel like you will just keep charging ahead and not take no for an answer. I feel like this group as well understands that inner reality is pertinent, and that inner reality determines physical reality. So it's like you don't look to the outside world to comfort you, validate you, bring something to you. You understand that you have to draw it forth from within yourself first. I feel for this group, you have really strong levels of self-love and self-confidence, and that's something your spirit guides love about you, but you may have had to work on it. I do feel for this group, you may have had to do a lot of healing, especially in childhood or in earlier years, to become this diverse powerhouse. Definite leadership qualities. I feel like for this group, you may have difficulty working under someone, or following orders. Like you're just, I don't know, you're on a path of your own. I just heard you're in a league of your own as well. Sometimes you may realize and feel deep down that you have more knowledge or wisdom or competence than the people that are trying to lead you. And this could have happened in school, with your parents, in work situations, but it's not coming from a place of arrogance, but rather from a place of self-knowledge and self-awareness. So with that Magician, you have Rewild, Druid, Tree Keeper, Perception versus Reality. You realize that, I'm thinking of A Course in Miracles. A miracle is a shift in perception. Because your mind is so vast and so open, that's what's helping you manifest, right? Because you believe in miracles. Other people, if they don't believe it's even possible, it's not going to be possible for them, right? But because you have that kind of limitless consciousness, your mind is huge and expansive, and I just said the world is your oyster. You're also very open to other people, different traditions. It could be different spiritual practices, teachings. Like you may be someone that integrates, for example, certain spiritual practices. I'm thinking like yoga and meditation, but you also do, you practice magic, manifestations. It could be like, some witchcraft, but I mean like, like white witch, green witch. Yeah, I'm hearing that song. It's an old song that, I'm like a bird by Nelly Furtado. I'm like a bird. I long to fly away. I don't know where my home is. That's what I get. It's just like free, I'm hearing like the wind. Yeah. I don't know if you literally like to fly, travel different places, or have, again, I keep getting that feeling. Some of you may be or become digital nomads because it's like, she's like the wind, she or he's like the wind, but I'm getting like flying by the seat of your pants, where you live so much so that you're anchored in the present moment, that you're not really considering, but where am I going to live in 10 or 20 years time? Or what is that going to look like? I'm not getting that energy at all. I'm seeing someone fully anchored in the present. And it's funny with Temperance, you have the violet flame. Amethyst is a really powerful crystal for you, as well as Lapis Lazuli. Transmuting, breaking addictions, nervous system. Again, you were brought here, I feel, to heal limitations, limiting beliefs, old ways of being and doing, generational patterns in your family. I mentioned addiction before, so for some of you that could be true, but we can also become addicted to certain thought patterns, belief systems, and emotions, right? So it's like you're able to rewire your mind, your brain, your consciousness, which is what creates and triggers huge shifts in the physical world. It's like what could take someone lifetimes to attain, I feel like you could do it in a couple months, but it's because of how evolved and advanced you are at a soul level. This group's had many lifetimes, either as a healer or working with different spiritual practices, being in different, like some of you have, when I keep talking about like yoga or exploring different spiritual traditions, for some of you, you could have literally been a yogi, you could have been a monk, a nun, and you have past lives in different traditions, and that's why they kind of blend together now. But I also feel a lot of it has to do with the amount of inner work that you've done on yourself. Because the other card you have is Know Yourself. Meditate, who am I? Veil is lifting, opening. Didn't I say something earlier about seeing beyond the veil? Some of you are super psychic, and that's something your spirit guides really love about you as well, is your ability to listen, but also act on it. And I feel like you know yourself so well, and you're so confident in yourself that it's like you live fully. I know I said flying by the seat of your pants, but it's not really, because you're flying by the prompts of your soul, right? And you're doing it step by step. But to an outside observer, it may look chaotic or messy or confusing. It may not make perfect sense. But I feel like because of it's like you're anchored in your soul to such a degree, like the whole world could be shaking around you, and it's like it wouldn't faze you. You are seen as very courageous and very fearless, but again, it's because you're tapped into spiritual wisdom and knowledge about who you really are and the nature of reality, that it's hard for people to shake you or pull the wool over your eyes. It's like once you're awake, you can't go back to sleep. And it's actually this spiritual conception that's helping to strengthen your courage, essentially. And you also have nurture. Master number 11. So you guys are master healers, master magicians. Self-healing, Ruby Ray, birthing the new earth with the Four of Wands. Again, you're here to bring in a very different energy, but a different way of living. And that's why I was saying like alternative living, or a focus on, I keep seeing someone anchored fully in the present moment, where they're not allowing fear or societal pressures or the dictates of others to determine where they place their energy or what they put focus upon, right? Like for this group, it's like social conditioning didn't work on you. That's what I'm hearing. It's like it just doesn't imprint on your consciousness, because your spiritual reality and the voice of your soul is so much stronger than the noise outside of you and the noise around you. Very strong-willed, like really, but it's like your soul's will. It's coming from a deeper place than just the mind or egoic consciousness, because you have tapped into such profound energy within yourself. I'm also hearing you're not afraid to walk alone. You're not afraid to leave people behind, cut off toxic situations. I feel like for this group, you may have had a lot of practice letting go of things because of your childhood. Like some of you could have had experiences in childhood or youth that were very challenging, that either, I don't want to say forced you to heal, because you obviously always have free will, but you took the path of healing, and that meant potentially leaving certain people behind because it was toxic or it didn't serve you. So yeah, people know you're not afraid to walk away, to follow your own trajectory, to heal yourself, to put energy on what feels right for you. I just feel like this group is really, really powerful, especially mentally. Don't ever underestimate what you can achieve. You also definitely have the capacity to make your dreams come true. That's true of everyone, obviously, but you have a lot of resources at your fingertips internally, right? That soul wisdom is really going to pay off. And again, you've spent lifetimes working as like a seer, a priestess, a monk, a nun. Like that spiritual light within you, that flame has been really nurtured. Yeah, look, isolation, loneliness, reconnection, home. And look, it's sitting above the star where this girl is like following her North Star, following her path, but again, in solitude. You may have a deep connection with animals, and at times you may be able to connect with animals better than humans, but I feel like your spirit animal could be a wolf. I'm getting that archetype of, and again, when I think of, wolf, I am getting lone wolf. So I feel like people really enjoy your energy. Like it is polarizing, but I do feel people enjoy being around you, but you may not always enjoy being around them. Like you may fall into situations where people really want to see you, or they're excited and you're like, no, like I just want to be on my own. Or you may need a lot of solitude also in terms of meditation, spiritual practice, manifestation, it does require a lot of inner development. And I feel like you may have had to pull away or cut off certain people and connections to grow, essentially. Some of you could literally be a master number 11 or 2233, because you have 1111 now. Manifestation, prosperity, fortune, pure intentions. Again, you have the capacity to manifest anything you want. I also feel like you may end up manifesting a lot of success and wealth for yourself in something that seems outside the norm, or seems like a miracle to others, right? It seems magical or impossible, or you could have had and grown up with a lot of limiting beliefs, or people that tried to project those beliefs onto you for whatever reason. It could have been based on any facet of self. Or someone your age can't do this. Or someone, who grew up in your income bracket can't do it. Some of that conditioning I see, but it's like you were here to break the mold. It's like you're here to usher in new energy. And it's like when people meet you, they believe in magic. But there's something, you have a gift specifically, I'm hearing, for manifesting money or manifesting wealth. And if you feel like right now, oh no, I don't have that, I think in your lifetime you master, there's something about cracking the code or understanding the game of life, and it completely shifts your trajectory, your fortune, your experience. You literally have magic. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. What did I say about you believing in magic? And that's part of what, calls it forth, right? You believe in miracles. You know it's possible, and it's your belief system that's helping to do this. But I'm getting there's so much magic within you. You have such magical capacities, magical or spiritual gifts as well. And that's what's helping with this process. But it's like moment to moment, it's like you're evolving and growing so rapidly that your intentions and desires may shift quite frequently. And I think that could be part of the reason why you don't get too fixated on, it's got to be this way or it's got to be one particular way, because that could shift at a moment's notice, and, you're moving in a new direction or on a new trajectory. You also have dynamic here. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. You're the magician and the alchemist, but this is what I was saying. There's a lot of different facets to you, but it's like it creates this powerhouse of energy that, number one, you are bringing to earth. I feel like you being on this planet is anchoring in certain frequencies, and that's part of it. I also feel like you may play a role as some sort of leader or inspiration in and on the new earth, right? At a level of 5D consciousness where people are looking to you, and it may be formal or informal, but people are looking to you to help navigate their path, how to move through the world, who they want to be. Like, you serve to inspire others. You could be creating something, whether that be like a business, something creative, something that generates like a legacy or a lot of wealth and abundance. And that's part of it as well. But it's like your spirit guides love how, because with this card as well, I'm hearing you've had a lot of incarnations in different star systems, in different frequencies. And your spirit guides love that you're able, how quickly you can learn as well and integrate lessons, but how you're drawing on experiences from lifetimes ago, talents and abilities you've had in other incarnations, different energies. You know how to embody different frequencies in your own consciousness to draw forth certain experiences in the physical. You don't live from the outside in, you love and live from the inside out. It's like, again, I'm hearing you broke the matrix, you cracked the code. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 2. I feel like what your spirit guides love about you is how, number one, you roll with the punches is what I'm hearing. I feel for this group, you've either been through a lot or there's been like a lot of upheaval. Like, with this tower, I'm getting, you could have gone through situations where there are a lot of tower moments, or, it was kind of like chaotic or up and down, or I don't know. I just feel like you've been tested or initiated, kind of put through your paces in terms of change or shifts or letting go of certain things, shedding old skin, old conditioning. I just feel like your energy is able to flow with life, flow with source, flow with the divine. I also am hearing your spirit guides love your creative ideas and your creative ability. Also the way you read the signs and the omens with 1111. Well, it's technically 111111, but with the Hierophant here as well, I'm also getting this sense of some of you have or practice shamanism, or you have a background as a shaman. Could be in like a previous incarnation, but I feel like there's something about the universe speaking to you, right? Where you can read the signs, you have certain downloads, you're very in sync with source. And I think that's what's helping you roll with the punches or move with life, because you have such a clear conception of those energies. You may see a lot of 11s and master numbers. You could be a master number, because I just keep seeing 11 for you. Yeah, we have 11 here as well. And I just looked in one of your oracle, we have 11 again. So you have 5 11s on the table. But there's just this sense of being able to move with life, roll with the punches. And also, because I'm getting an energy of prodigy, or having certain ideas that are very radical, right? That are that are new, original, outside the box, like very, your mind is brilliant, essentially. Part of it is coming, though, from your spiritual connection, because I feel like spirit may use you as a channel, or there may be something that you do and create in this life that is channeled through you from source. But again, I feel like the only reason that can happen so effortlessly is because of your energy being quite free-flowing, that your energy is very open and receptive to spirit, also to the unknown. I feel like you're someone where new energies, new ideas, getting out of your comfort zone doesn't scare you. You're able to, I'm hearing as well, start again. Like if this tower falls, it's like, okay, pick myself back up, keep growing, keep evolving. It's like nothing can break your spirit and nothing can diminish your faith in the divine, in source, in your guides. And that's another thing they love about you. I also feel you're very strong, especially in the things you believe in. With the Hierophant and the Emperor, I feel like there's this energy of being happy to stand alone, or being happy to broadcast your ideas, even if they're misunderstood, or even if people, you know, do not warm to those ideas, or they're a little ahead of their time. It's like you will still put your voice or share your voice and put your voice out there. You're happy to speak with conviction. There could be something, because I'm getting the energy of being like slightly eccentric. So there could be something a little eccentric or unusual about your hobbies, about your interests, even about your fashion sense. The way you do things could be quite original. I just heard the phrase quirky as well. So you could be quite quirky or funny, or just have an energy that's very unique. I'm just hearing like, it's like you always, and now I'm hearing that song, I get knocked down, but I get up again. No one's ever going to keep me down. It's that type of energy where it's like rolling with those punches. And it's like you don't take it personally. You know how some people can have the tower fall and they're like, oh, why is this happening to me? You know, why aren't things working out? I feel like with you, you're like, okay, like spirit's redirecting me, and you just kind of go with it. You understand that you're always on track and that the divine is guiding you every step of the way. And I do feel that is helping you in your process of, you know, evolution and becoming. And it's like the more you roll with it, the more you flow, the better the outcome. I just heard you choose trust and faith over fear. I also feel you could have been through some obstacles in your life, right? Where you've really learned and mastered the lesson that even when things look like they're not working in your favor, they're working in your favor in terms of the big picture. This could also be a group where you're happy to sacrifice instant gratification or instant results in order to, it's like losing the race to win the war. That's what I'm getting. So it could be that you guys have some sort of vision or dream for yourself, your life, the future, that you're building towards, like kind of legacy energy you're building towards, but it could take time to either see results or to build it to full form, to full fruition, right? Because there's some development that has to go into it. But it's like you're happy to keep growing, keep evolving, keep moving toward it, and you have faith and trust that it will manifest when the time is right. They keep emphasizing faith, but your faith is also because of the strength of your vision. Like some of you could literally be clairvoyant. And if not, I'm just getting like a channel. It's like when I see lightning strikes, I'm thinking of downloads. Like you get these downloads, you get these impressions. It's like spirit is always, spirit, God, source is always communicating with all of us. But I feel like you're in a deep dialogue with the divine. It's like, you actually listen and you follow that guidance. You use it as a navigation tool rather than, oh yeah, I got this message or I saw this sign and I'm just going to brush it off, or I'm not going to, you know, put too much attention or emphasis on it. With you, it's like you actually invest in what you're being shown or what you're being told. Okay, you have inner child, innocence, self-awareness. Look at the light body here as well. Your energy is really free-flowing. And again, you may have had to work at clearing your energy field and letting go and releasing old energies, old vibrations, but it's been very effective. I also think you create from your inner child, and you have a beautiful balance with inner child sitting above the Hierophant. It's like student and teacher, right? Like you're always learning, you're always growing, but you have a level of knowledge and wisdom and spiritual insight where you could share that or teach others. But you know how to kind of stay humble, stay open, not to become locked in that energy of, oh, I'm the teacher, I'm the boss. This isn't an authoritarian type energy. It's a very, it's still creative, spontaneous light. Like you may be an air sign, because it's like your energy's like, fairy or pixie-like. Like I'm having trouble grasping it. We do have a little bit of fire here as well with Aries and Scorpio, but there's just a sense of, and we also have Libra, but I'm just getting that sense of like quick energy, right? Like even when I look at dragonflies, there's a sense of like, huge, I don't know if you get really quick ideas or your mind changes quickly, or you could literally move quickly, right? Like, because they're literally showing me it's like air, like it moves so quickly, nothing sticks. It's like when things come to you, it's like it just flows through you or past you. It's not getting stuck. You're not holding on to things. There's just a really beautiful energy with you. But it might be like, again, I'm hearing it's hard to pin down, which is good in the sense that I don't see this group becoming stuck or stagnant in one location, in one situation, in an environment or connection or circumstance that doesn't serve you. I feel like you just set yourself free. Yeah, no, you don't hold on to things, and that's part of what makes your energy feel so free-flowing. We have expansion, galactivations, initiation, ancient Egypt. Didn't I say you've been through a lot of initiations? That's what I was getting with the Tower, like things crumbling or things ending. And again, it's because your energy is very speedy as well. I do think in this lifetime you are going to need, or you are developing patience, because what you're building, again, it makes me think of building the Great Pyramids, right? There's a lot that goes into it. It's, strenuous. You're laying the foundation. It takes time. That's what I'm getting. But there's a sense of, it's like the divine is supporting you the whole time. You may literally have a connection to ancient Egypt or a past life in ancient Egypt. Peace beyond survival. Peacemaker through inner peace. Resolving ancient splits. And you literally have it sitting above the tower. So this is what I'm saying. The tower crumbles, but there's no fear for you. Like for most people, if they went through certain things, it's like it would really phase them. But for you, I think you have perfected your level of faith and trust to such a degree that it just doesn't sway you. And isn't this like a depiction of a baby lamb and the lion? For me, that's divine feminine, divine masculine energy. And I almost said it with this card, with the inner child and the Hierophant. You have a really beautiful blend of feminine and masculine energies where you're not, you know how to bring forth certain facets of self depending on what you need in the moment. So you're not kind of stuck in one energy or one vibration. You may be dealing in this lifetime, because with justice, I do get that energy of karma as well. You may be dealing, because resolving ancient splits, I'm hearing you may be dealing with karma from past lives, and that could have created some turmoil with the Tower. That could have created some turmoil where you were put through your paces, or you had a lot of experiences and lessons that came up really quickly, or it was like, I'm hearing hurdle after hurdle, knock after knock, where it was like one thing after another. But it was designed as well for you to integrate certain energies. And I also think come into your power with this lion energy. Lions could be like a spirit animal for you as well. Spiritualized matter, new life, sparkles, bedding in the light. Yeah, it's like the Tower falls and you just start a brand new life. It's like, oh, okay, I'm moving in this direction. It's like it doesn't hold you down or keep you stuck for very long. I also think that you bring a lot of light and spirit and soul into the physical world. With spiritualized matter, bedding in the light, there's just this sense of, there's a light around you, right? There's an aura or an energy that people are very drawn to. You may have a connection. I'm seeing Ra, and you may have a connection to the sun. I just saw 11:29 on the timer. I don't know what it is with you and 11s, but you may see a lot of 11s. But yeah, you may, some of you could have Leo in your chart as well, because I did mention lions. But there's just this sense of you have this light and this illumination around you. I feel like the sun could be very activating for you, because we have here solar portal, being centered, balancing power, manipulation. This lifetime is about you coming into your power. Like standing your ground, not backing down, not allowing fear or other people's stuff. There were karmic patterns you were here to overcome from ancient times and past lives, I think, around being in your power, letting go of any type of people pleasing or, I just heard dimming or hiding your light to make others comfortable. Like I feel like you've just completely shed that or let go of that energy. And it's like you're showing up in your full energy, in your full capacity. Because you have on top of Justice, which is my card for, karmic patterns, liberation, power, fulfillment, self-attainment. So you're here to fully come into your power, to spread your wings as well. Yeah, look at the energy behind you. I think your spirit guides love seeing you fly. They love seeing you stand your ground, not back down, not be afraid. I mentioned earlier around you putting your ideas or your, it could be a business, your words, your communication out there and not being concerned or hesitating in regards to how people react to that or what people make of that, and not allowing, again, people to manipulate you, or I just keep hearing people pleasing, not allowing them to kind of mold or shift your energy, because you have a very like fluid, light energy, and you kind of flow with things. People who are kind of in a more toxic or lower vibrational energy could try to mold that energy. And you may have experienced this in earlier connections or childhood. And it's like really learning how to master your own energy field. Divine Feminine. The frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. This ties into the omens, reading signs from the universe. You naturally really embody this Divine Feminine energy, irrespective of gender. But in this lifetime, you may have had to develop more of the masculine, especially with discernment here as well. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. Yeah, it's like not allowing other people to throw you off balance or to imprint on your energy field. And with discernment and Six of Swords, that lets me know like you may have had to walk away from a lot of people, or some of these tower moments and tests could have been around, setting boundaries, not allowing people into your space who don't respect or serve you. Like I just see you I'm hearing that song by Craig David, I'm walking away from the troubles in my life. I'm walking away to find a better day. Like you're not afraid to walk away from people, situations, environments that just aren't conducive to your growth. And I feel like that's something your spirit guides love. But I also get with discernment, it's like your ability to sense energies, especially unspoken energy of other people. It's like you can read the room or read the energy instantly. And that navigation tool is really helping and will help you on this journey. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, Group 3. So I feel for this group, for those of you that have a solid spiritual practice, your spirit guides love your spiritual practice. They also love your capacity to transmute energies, because I feel for this group, you've had to transmute a lot of mental and emotional patterns, and you've really ascended in this lifetime. You've really grown leaps and bounds, because I just read master, but I heard you've mastered yourself. You also understand, in order to master the world, you have to first master yourself, as within, so without. So there is this energy of you, with the Hermit here as well, like being kind of like a sage, or energetically, it's like you're a spiritual leader just through through the energy and consciousness that you emanate, right? Like, because there can be many people that claim to be a healer or a spiritual teacher, but then they don't embody the frequency. With you may not say much, you may not claim anything, but it's like your energy speaks for itself. It's obvious who you are. It's obvious the spiritual development just based on the energy you radiate. Yeah, it's like that energy of leading by example, not needing to talk about it, but showing people who you are through the transformations you've gone through. If there are people that have been in your life for a really long time, I feel like they're absolutely blown away by the transformation you've been through, the journey you've been on. Like you could be radically different to who you once were, to the point, I'm getting to the point where you're unrecognizable, where people can't even comprehend that it's the same person. Like drastic. Some of you could have had an awakening that you literally walked out of your life and started fresh. Like huge awakenings, right? Like a huge rebirth. This is the energy where you could have moved to a new location, or, you know, some of you could or have like changed names, or there's something distinctly different. You could have started a new spiritual practice or tradition, and that's what's showing up. But I'm just getting like immense healing. You're a master healer in the sense of transmuting energies. I do feel with this group, you could have done a lot of meditation or some sort of introspection. I'm getting like mindfulness based practices, just self-observation, right? Meditation. With the Seven of Wands as well, like you could have been through experiences, like, because I'm getting the energy of someone defensive, or like someone that could have had experiences in earlier life that left them feeling rebellious or angry, right? Where it's like having your guard up or not trusting others, or just being, it's like your life being on one trajectory and then it's like doing a 180. And again, you could have given up a particular pattern, lifestyle, healed something, and then gone into a more spiritual life is what I want to say. Because can you see here, there's like a cape. I feel like this, I don't know if they're wearing a cape, but it kind of looks like it in here as well. Like I'm getting that sage, like a wizard, a sage, a very wise being. It's like your spirit guides are blown away by your transformation. That's what keeps coming through. It's like, I don't know, I feel like you've been through, or you had certain darkness within is what I'm hearing. It may have arisen externally, right, through certain experiences you had, but it's like your thought patterns, your beliefs, it's like like parts of yourself have died off, right? But in not just like, this is not like, oh, sometimes I think negatively about myself and now I don't, like not that type of energy. Like huge chunks of your consciousness has been released, or your conditioning, I should say, has been released, which has freed up that energy. Like I just keep hearing you're a different person. Like in the span of 10 years, you could have changed more drastically than people change in lifetimes, right? But it has to do with this darkness to light, this alchemy. I'm getting like magician type energy, wizard. You may want to read the book. It's a short book, but it's called Wave the Wizard by Deepak Chopra. That book keeps coming to mind. There could be something in that book or the story that's resonant with this energy. But yeah, like it's almost like I'm blown away and I'm not sure what to say. That's how I feel, because the energy and the change is so dramatic. Like there could have been situations that could have kept you stuck for a very long time, or to the outside eye would have been very difficult to overcome. Like perhaps people look at it and think, oh, I couldn't overcome that. Like that would be for me worst case, or so difficult or so painful or whatever it is. But it's like for you healed it quite, I don't want to say effortlessly, but you have such mastery when it comes to healing the mind and the emotional body that people may be kind of blown away. Some people may not have expected you as well to walk away, because I'm getting this energy for some of you. You may have literally put a close to something, walked away and shifted yourself, changed your life. And that gave you freedom energetically to go through these changes, especially if you were dealing with something toxic. Because I'm getting like you could have had something in, especially they keep referencing like teenage rebellion or something happening in the teen years. And again, that won't resonate with all of you, but there could have been patterns that had to be broken. And often, obviously, in our teen years, those patterns have come from, our family of origin or certain experiences we've had in our formative years. So I'm getting that sense of just like a complete death rebirth process, but it's like over and over and over again. Like there's huge pockets of yourself that have been shed. And I feel like your spirit guides are kind of amazed at how seamlessly you went through this process, or just, I'm hearing the magnitude of the change. Like there could be such drastic shifts and change that it's like I don't know, they're speechless. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so for your oracle card, you have regeneration. That's so funny. This is the first card. Acceleration, change, shamanic wisdom. Yeah, your soul and your spiritual path has accelerated so much in this lifetime. Like you've accumulated so much positive karma because you did the work. You actually went within. You did the thing most people are afraid or hesitant to do. You didn't seek it externally. But you have a real gift of taking extreme darkness, fear, pain, suffering, and transmuting it back to love. Especially, but you do it through the heart center is what I'm hearing. I feel this group has a huge heart, but you're really gifted at changing and shifting energy. You've closed out massive karmic cycles that were potentially ongoing for many, many lifetimes for you. And this could be as well why your spirit guides are shocked in the sense, I don't want to say shocked like they underestimated you, but maybe this lifetime was going to be a challenge or there was some sort of big undertaking in terms of your healing. But it's like you've done it kind of seamlessly. It's almost like you've made it look easy. And look, the other card you have, past life healing, letting go of anger, forgiveness. Look how black these cards are, the darkness. Some of you have been through huge dark nights of the soul, ego death, like just, you've really been tested. But this is what I was saying. It's like you've cleared, some of you, you've literally cleared the karmic slate where you've literally resolved all karma from many, many lifetimes. And that's why it's such a big, because it's almost like a breakthrough. There's such a big breakthrough. Your spirit guides are really proud of you as well. That keeps coming through. And look at this number sequencing. You have you have 28, which comes to a 10 here. You have 10, 10, 10 in these oracles. So you have 4 10s on the table. So again, massive cycle. You've closed out, I just said you've closed out all cycles, but there could have been like 4 cycles or 4 like rounds of healing and growth, like, or rebirth processes as well, where it's like one after the other, like, and it doesn't have to be exactly 4, but I'm just getting like, I don't know, there's something significant about the number 4. Number 4 and the number 10. We have Telos, Adama, Inner Earth, Etheric Retreats, Family of Light. Yeah. It's like now with death, it's like you ended karmic contracts and karmic connections from many incarnations. And now it's like you're free to connect with soul tribe, people that are on your frequency, where it's no longer a lesson or it's no longer people coming in that are trying to, I don't know, like be toxic in any way, right? Like low vibrational patterns, whether that be, I don't know, negativity or just, I feel like you may have dealt with really karmic energies in your life, like really put through your paces, but I feel like you just like, no, this, you know, this soul contract is closed, I'm moving on. And you just kind of kept walking. Because the other card you have, Beyond Cycles, find and embrace yourself, new direction, releasing old patterns. You've had to break so many patterns, generational cycles, even patterns and cycles obviously within your soul's history. And it's like you've completely cleared that slate. You may frequent certain retreats, like meditation retreats, or there could be like a retreat you go on or have gone on where you form really beautiful connections. Or there's something about, because I'm seeing someone at a retreat. It could be like a shamanic type retreat or session, but it could also be meditation I'm getting. But I just feel in general, and it's like you meet your tribe through spirituality is what I'm hearing, like meeting other people that are literally on a spiritual path, that understand your journey, that have been through a similar process themselves. Yeah, because with the 8 of Cups, you have dreamscape, dream work, subconscious imagination. Again, we get the butterfly for transformation. And look at that fire, that sun energy. It's like you could have had some really crazy like Kundalini awakenings, because they're showing me the fire like burning, purifying, not literally, but metaphorically purifying your energy field. So that could have been a part of your process, but you've completely rewired your subconscious. Like you've cleared blockages, I'm hearing, from many incarnations. And that's why your spirit guides are so proud of you. You have oneness, balance, patience, divine masculine. When I think of oneness, I'm thinking of wholeness. And I feel like you've been able to balance the divine masculine with the divine feminine. And with that 3 of Wands, this is my card for ascension, climbing the ladder to enlightenment. That could also resonate with unity consciousness as well, like being in a space where, I don't know, like it's like your life, it may have started like this, right? We have lightning, we have darkness, we have clouds, and then you purify and transmute these energies, and like, look at the color. It's like the ocean, right? Like, I'm getting like paradise, peace, harmony. And again, I'm not saying you will never have a challenge. Of course you will, but there's a sense of, I don't like, it's like as you've come into balance and alignment within, the external world has calmed down. The storm stopped raging, right? Like you have this inner harmony that's kind of neutralized that energy. And it's like flowing with that. And you could have had, like with this dragon and that Seven of Swords or Seven of Wands, there's this sense of you could have had, again, I'm getting rebellious years, or like you could have had some anger, because we do have here letting go of anger, forgiveness. And again, I think it was in response to something you had experienced, but it's like reaching a point where you've overcome or you've neutralized the fire, right? And again, no emotion is negative or bad per se, but how we work with it determines the effect it's going to have on our life. So I feel like some of you have overcome or conquered anger or healed the hurt beneath it. For some of you, you were just kind of, you know, when you're just angry at life or you feel rebellious against life, there could have been that energy as well, or rebellious against like family of origin. I'm getting there's an energy here where you've neutralized the fire, or no, you've harnessed the power of the fire to transmute your energy field. And it's like how you work with that emotion has changed. Throat chakra. The frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. Balance, balance, and peace, patience. What I'm saying, like really in balance, and you've got it sitting above the Queen of Cups. It's like learning as well how to speak and express yourself. Even if you're setting boundaries or telling someone off, it's like you do it in such a beautiful, gentle, peaceful way where it's not, you know, if in the past you had any trouble expressing your emotions or regulating your emotions, you've completely healed that. Again, I feel like some of you have done a lot of meditation, or you've done some sort of self-reflective practice. Journaling, mindfulness. There's something here around really bringing all components of self into a place of integration. And you also have consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality with the Page of Swords. I'm getting just again integration. You've come into a place of wholeness. You've integrated certain energies. You've neutralized aspects of yourself, I'm hearing, that were dangerous in the sense of, you know, they weren't conducive to the life you wanted to live, or they were bringing, for example, negativity, negative emotions, negative vibrations. And it's like now you've come into a place of inner harmony and inner balance where all of that has come, and I'm hearing alignment. And part of what this may show up in your physical world, as like things just lining up. Like you may just meet the right people, you may get invited to the right events, or, you know, a particular business or job, like you just get this download idea from spirit that then sets you on this really abundant financial path. Just really, you're so in sync with the universe because you've cleared out all this energy. It's like almost like being an empty vessel for the divine. And I don't want to say an empty vessel, but you've created space for source to flow through you more readily because of this immense healing. You're also not walking through the world with any karmic energies and patterns now. It's like your energy has been successfully purified and transformed. And I think your spirit guides are kind of gobsmacked, or it's almost like shocked at just the degree of healing and growth you've been through. So it's, you know, credit to you for having gone through this process. And it's like you are your own masterpiece. That was, you know, you've mastered self is what I'm hearing, and congratulations. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi group 4. I feel as though your spirit guides are proud of you because of, I'm hearing the light and love you bring into the world, you bring to others. There's something about your energy that's just like sparkly is what I want to say. Like, there's just like a golden light or aura that radiates from you. And I feel like wherever you go, it's like you bring the magic. I'm hearing that song, Everything. It's an older song. I think it's from the 80s, isn't it? It's like everything she does is magic. I don't know who sings it. Every little thing she does is magic. I don't know the rest of the lyrics, but that's what I'm getting. It's like wherever you go, it's like a light field. Like it just brings all this light. I also feel for this group, you're definitely meant for the spotlight, or your energy is meant to be seen and felt in some way. You have the potential, because I'm hearing there's a lot of blessings coming to you. A lot of success as well, with 10 of Pentacles and 6 of Wands, like a lot of abundance, a lot of, you know, again, you have free will depending on what you want, but those of you that are creating or manifesting immense success, I feel like you're going to have a breakthrough that really puts you in the spotlight or brings in a lot, like a windfall. And that's what I'm getting. It's like the floodgates open and all these blessings, you know, kind of shine down. The number 8 could be significant as well. You could be seeing 888, but I just, again, when I think of 8, I think of abundance, and I keep seeing that energy for you. I'm also hearing your spirit guides love that, like, even when people bring this energy to you, you still don't retaliate. You know, you're not vindictive. You have an energy of loving others. You may still set boundaries and be assertive, but you don't stoop to that level. You don't fight fire with fire. Even if someone's negative towards you, I don't feel like for this group, you would retaliate by being really negative or toxic back. Like, I feel like you're someone that, like, I'm just hearing high vibrational, joy, magic, blessings, like optimism. There's something about your energy that it just lights up a room, or everyone kind of sparkles around you. Like there's something, I don't know, like a magical being. People may find you so, I don't know, I want to say like shiny. I don't even know what that means, but there's something about your aura or your energy field. Like you could literally glow, because I keep seeing a halo of gold around you, and you can see the gold here around the temple, the illumination. Yeah, it's like you got gold in your aura, but I also see you manifesting literal gold, like a lot of wealth as well. But it's like, I don't know, it may seem like a lucky break. You could be very lucky as well, but you're lucky because you're so optimistic and you can find blessings everywhere. Like you're someone who enjoys life and sees the magic in everything. And because of that, you're very open to like new ideas, new ways of doing things. Your mind is very expansive. It doesn't get like blocked or locked into one way of, oh, the world has to be this way or things have to go this way. Like you're quite receptive to the new or to things that are considered perhaps different, but you're entering a time where there's a lot of blessings, especially those of you who are working on manifesting a particular like project, business, career path. Like I see a lot of abundance. Yeah, and I keep hearing, keep going. It's also your determination with the King of Pentacles and strength. It's like you may come off like this like glittery, magical being, right? But you're really strong as well. This could be like willpower, or you have a level of core strength. You're really good at taking the air element and grounding it and anchoring it in the earth. So taking an idea and then kind of building upon it. I also think you're quite determined as well. Like you have that, if your heart is in it, I think you're very determined. And again, I think there's something this group is going to have a lot of abundance or success with, because they've worked hard or stayed true to a particular idea they had, or some sort of offering, something you want to bring into the physical world with the Page of Cups. And I feel like you're going to be incredibly successful from this, because with the 10 of Pentacles and 6 of Wands, I keep hearing victory. I'm just noticing like 8, 9, 10 or 8, 9, 10. Like there's a sense of stepping stones and building things step by step. You may be quite patient as well, at least patient when it comes to the things you care about, to your visions. But it's like just you being around certain people or in situations, like you help to raise a collective consciousness, a collective vibration. And I feel like your spirit guides are proud of that. And again, I'm hearing you don't fight dirty. You don't meet fire with fire. If someone's sending hatred or negativity your way or insults, I feel like you may walk away or set boundaries, but I don't feel like you will attack in kind. I feel like you don't stoop to that level. I also think you have a good level of self-esteem and confidence, especially at a soul level, right? But I feel like at times people could be a little threatened by your glow. It's like you shine very, very bright. But you're entering a time with this Wheel of Fortune. It's a closing out of a cycle, potentially of disrespect or betrayal or just like negative energies, right? People coming at you with negative vibrations, and you're entering a time of immense success. You will still need boundaries and discernment because the amount of success this group has the potential of creating is quite vast, which could draw in certain individuals for, you know, perhaps for not the, they may be coming in with ulterior intentions, right? In the sense of, you know, when you have this level of success and you're that kind of front and center, that can, you know, people can want to be around that energy for their own purpose. But I feel as though you've mastered the ability to set boundaries and be tactful and respectful and loving while still, you know, taking care of your best interests. Yeah, it's a very healthy give and take vibration. Your Oracle card, you have cycles of change. So you're entering a brand new cycle with this Wheel of Fortune where there's going to be, I'm hearing, a lot more blessings, success, and definitely income, abundance. Cycles of change, illuminating boundaries, new beginning. Yeah, I'm hearing you're ready for this new beginning and you deserve this new beginning. And the other one you had was Akasha, strip back and simplify, look to your origins. Yeah, and again, you may have had to heal from earlier connections or situations that were karmic but toxic. And I feel like you may have had to learn, like you could be someone where you just radiate like love, joy, you accept everyone, like very like fairy, pixie, angelic type energy. But you may have had to learn some lessons around boundaries or, you know, when to draw the line in the physical world or when interacting with certain individuals, especially those individuals that kind of could take advantage of that energy. But I feel like you're entering a phase as well where you feel more, I just keep hearing being more seen, or your energy is being seen and felt, or there's a level of success and visibility perhaps that you haven't experienced previously that's coming in. And I feel like some of these earlier lessons, you may have had to learn the art of boundaries and discernment to prepare you for this next phase and to prepare you for this next chapter, to make sure that there weren't people or situations and energies coming in that would almost be a deterrent with what you were doing and creating. And with that King of Pentacles, you have awakening. Know who you are, DNA activation. So again, I feel like you have a lot of angelic codes or light codes within your energy field, which is why you radiate. Like again, look at the energy. Your energy is very expansive, but you may literally have downloads and ideas from this crown chakra energy from spirit. And what I feel some of you are working toward, it's like you got it straight from the divine, from heaven, from the spiritual realm. Like there's something around downloading it and grounding it into the earth. So for this group as well, I feel like you have a really big purpose and you have clear sight and clear vision in terms of what you're here to do or what you came here to do. And your spirit guides are proud of you for doing that and not allowing the external world or the noise in the world to drown out your truth or to drown out what you know and feel is right for you, even if others don't understand or it looks a little different. Like there was a very specific like business, career path, it could be like a project, venture that you were here to create. And I feel like you guys are either creating it, have created it, or you're in that process. And it has the capacity to bring so much success. Earth and air, stabilization, physical integration, mental clearing. Yeah, right now there could be a little bit of purging you're going through, because I was getting it with DNA activation. Like you may have some ascension symptoms. You may be having, especially around that crown, anything to do around the head, because I'm feeling a lot of heat and a lot of energy there. And again, I'm not a medical professional. If you're having unusual symptoms, obviously go to your doctor. But there is this sense here of, it's like you're being prepared, or your energy field is being cleansed or cleared of this old energy or an older cycle. Look, again, you have stepping stones, 2, 3. But what was I saying about bringing an idea and grounding it in the earth? I kept getting that for you. You could have, some of you could have a lot of air or earth in your birth chart as well. Okay, magical realms. Belief, confidence, co-creative power, sitting above the 9 of Pentacles. Again, you're very magical. And that's that song I was hearing. You may want to listen to that song because I just keep hearing your magic. And again, we all have that magic within us, but I do feel it's like you're really living that magic. You're living that light and you glow in a way that, I don't know, people may see you as like an angel. I keep getting like an earth angel, a fairy, a pixie, like very magical, otherworldly, unique. You have a shine or a sparkle to you that can't be explained by anyone else. It's like, I don't know, it's like there's something, your light is just so captivating, but people may have no idea why they're so drawn to you. It's like they can't resist, but they don't know what it is. So it's like, and other people may react in a way, I was hearing before, where they try to dim that shine or they get a little triggered. But it's like you've grown past that cycle where I feel like you're able to anchor in this light and be in this vibration, irrespective of what people are doing or saying around you. Third eye portal, vision, clairvoyance, and clarity confusion. Yeah, this offering is a vision. I feel like you received a vision, a download, an idea directly from the divine and spirit that you then bring into the physical. You have a very active third eye chakra. I just feel like there's something around, I keep getting those higher chakras, like getting lots of downloads from spirit, getting intuitive guidance and nudges, and that's what's helping you create as well. But I do feel you are someone who believes in yourself and believes in the power of the universe, of manifestation, of, you know, living your truth, living your purpose, living your potential, and that's helping you with this process. I already mentioned the crown chakra, like look at the activations there. So you're definitely having activations around the third eye and the crown. Sitting with the 10 of Pentacles, again, I keep getting you get a download through the crown chakra that helps you build your legacy or helps you remember what you incarnated for. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. This is what I was saying before. It's like, I think at this point, negative energy doesn't even breach your auric field. It's like if negativity comes towards you, it's like it's transmuted before it even kind of affects you, right? Because that light within and around you has grown so strong. There is with Smokey Quartz an energy of purification and transmutation, especially with these spiritual upgrades that you're going through, this ascension. But I am getting as well, it's like when people come at you with dark energy, it's like you don't allow that darkness within, or you don't allow yourself to kind of fall into that darkness in order to combat it. It's like you stay anchored in the light, and that on its own helps to transmute those energies or helps to shift the vibration. It's like you don't allow anything outside of you to pull you out of alignment with yourself and with source consciousness. And it's like, because of that as well, it makes you a master manifester or co-creator, because your energy isn't constantly oscillating like, fear, love, limiting beliefs, darkness, back to love. It's like you're quite anchored in a lighter vibration. You have, or you're at least in the process of ascending and anchoring in more of this light. Look, you have miracle, master number 33. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as part of source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible with the 6 of wands. You're definitely manifesting something huge, and with miracle, there's a miracle and blessing. I think there could be more than one, but it's like one of the blessings that comes in is going to feel and look like a miracle, in the sense that it may have looked impossible, or, you know, other people around you or even yourself at times could have doubted whether this would happen, whether you were capable, how this would unfold. And it's like, it finally comes in and it's like, wow, like I did it, or, you know, I did this in union with the universe. There's a sense of being really amazed with yourself, your spirit guides as well, being really proud of you. But I'm hearing it actually happens. And I do think for many of you, this is something you have dreamt of or built and created in terms of your life purpose. And that's what your spirit guides are so proud of you for. And if you're still in that process of building, keep going. I'm hearing keep going because it's working. So that's all I have for you. I hope you have a beautiful day.